Angie, I see lights behind you and I see a road closed sign. So I take it, are they seeing water there? Are they just making sure people don't cross into a certain area, or what's happening?
Not seeing water quite yet. We have not. We've had little sprinkles, little showers. You've heard Bobby and Natalie talk about that. But we are not seeing the amount of water that would make things flood right now. So what the sheriff's office is doing is making sure that they block off Cortez Boulevard. Cortez Boulevard is a direct path for people to get to the Hernando Beach community and Pine Island community. Both of those communities are in zones that should be evacuated because mandatory A evacuations, and for B and C as well. There are a lot of people back there that are choosing to stay. So in order for them to get back into their homes tonight, the sheriff's office here is asking for everybody to show an ID to verify their address, and that is the only way that they're going to be let back there. You guys were talking a little bit about outages as well. It's interesting that you guys point that out, because the other thing that they're telling them is warning them that the power is actually going to be cut off here in just a little bit throughout the night. Because storm surge is a concern here, they want to make sure that they do that to mitigate anything else from happening throughout the night. So spoke to here that are verifying everybody's IDs. They have been there for a few hours. It's still unclear how long they're going to be here. The winds just starting to pick up in Hernando County. But it's important that they're here because of the storm surge. A little bit earlier, we had the fire chief out here talking to the National Guard about what they're going to see tomorrow.
We get down, the more you'll see the houses and the streets and stuff. The roads are good, but you got to be very careful about where you drive.
Be mindful that if you make a right-hand turn off a shoreline going this way or a left going north, you're on a road that's a canal.
So we want to talk to you guys a little bit about what they were talking about there and explaining to those 17 National Guard members that have been deployed here to help officials out here in Hernando County. So you're taking a look at the houses that are basically surrounded by water. They're surrounded by canals, and then on the opposite side of them, the Gulf is right there. And that is why there is such a big concern here in Hernando County, because of the fact that at high tide, we're going to be at 3.9 feet of water, and then add another 6 to 9 feet of water on top of that. A lot of the residents that live back there that I spoke to say that they're choosing not to leave because they've been through storms in the past. They have been up to water that is maybe up to their chest, and that hasn't forced them to leave, and that's the reason why they're staying this time around as well. But the National Guard is obviously here to make sure that they're able to do the rescues that are going to be needed tomorrow, should that be needed, and also mitigate any issues that are here. So we're likely going to see the flooding start to ramp up maybe later on tonight as the rain picks up here. So the EOC director obviously hoped that these people that are out here would have evacuated, but if they are here, they're going to do their best to try and help them should anything happen. We're live in Hernando County. Angelina Salcido, 10 Tampa Bay.
Angie, a quick question. Sometimes ahead of these sorts of storms, we'll see in other communities, deputies drive up and down streets and talk to people who have decided to stay and say, look, it's not safe. We would like for you to leave. Did you see anything like that or hear anything like that?
Yeah, actually we did, and we actually I think showed it a little part of it if we got to that point in the video of a deputy kind of driving down the roads there. That was in the Hernando Beach community, driving up and down those roads where the homes are on stilts, so they're built up, right? Technically they should be okay should the storm surge, but the EOC director is still saying even if you are on stilts, the water is getting to a level that we have not seen here in Hernando County, and that is the reason for the concern, because they don't know what things are going to look like. Here in Hernando County, they have 4 trucks that are able to do water rescues. You take the 3 communities that are back here, nearly 10,000 people affected, and we don't know how many people stayed and didn't evacuate. We could have a little bit of an issue, but we just have to see how that's all going to play out.